Good morning. It's Dana at the Arts Partnership, and it is time for Tap Talk. So I'm incredibly excited. I also realized that it's pretty interesting that last week we talked with Theater B, and this week we're talking with Emily Williams Wheeler, and they happen to be in the same physical location. So I didn't plan that, but it just worked out that way. They both have things happening. And just as a quick side note, if you watched last week's conversation with Theater B, they've had to delay their opening again one more week. So they'll open next weekend with extended dates after that. But that is not why we're on today. Today, we're here to talk with my good friend and the maker of this piece of art, one of the very first pieces of art I ever bought. I've had this piece since way before I was at the Arts Partnership. My good friend and fabulous all-around painter, artist extraordinaire, Emily Williams Wheeler. Let me bring her to the camera. Good morning,
Hello.
Emily. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Thanks for joining us. I'm sorry that you had some tech glitches, 2+ years into COVID, and we're still all kind of trying to figure it out.
Oh yeah, but hey, I think as I've matured, I just kind of cool through it somehow, and instead of like sweating through it.
Yep, absolutely. You can't do live streaming and not have a little anxiety for what might be. It's like a live performance. You never know what's going to happen, and mostly you can't control it.
Right. Technology wins.
It does, but it's also been an incredible thing, and it's how we have stayed connected, and it's how people are going to get a chance to see at least you today, maybe not so much of your studio because you ended up having to be on your desktop, I think.
No, I'm on
You're
my
on your
iPad.
phone.
I'm on my iPad. I hope I can switch it around and take
Oh,
you on a little
fabulous.
tour.
Fabulous. Well, that's great, because if you, audience, have never been in Emily's studio, but you know Emily's work or you know Emily, then take a second, imagine what you think her studio looks like. Imagine the color, imagine the vibrancy, imagine the whimsy, imagine the fun play on words. Like, for instance, her garbage can is called a trash Kandinsky, one of my all-time most favorite things. And then let's let Emily show you her space so that you can go, oh, it's even more than I imagined.
Okay, so how do I turn this around? Can I turn it around?
You should be able to find a little thing with like 2 little arrows, I think, towards the bottom. Otherwise, Emily, just turn your whole iPad around for a minute.
Okay. I won't have any idea what I'm showing you then.
I'll tell you to go up or down. We'll act like we're doing drone piloting.
I've got it.
There it is. Okay. All right.
So, studio dog.
So walk us through your space, and I'll just say, Judy Williams says, hey, that's my sister-in-law. Fun studio.
Okay, so yeah, it looks kind of cluttered here at first. I am organizing for tomorrow's show, but here's the first wall you'll see when you come in. Like kind of close to it. But yeah, I've got an array here, but you can look as I pan. This is where I teach.
There's Trash Kandinsky. You just walked past that.
Kandinsky, right there.
Amazing.
It's a project my kids work on every year. It's actually clean over there where my kids work. But I will have a lot on display there tomorrow. Lots of things on the walls. Just 2D work. I work over here, which is I'm trying to walk around and make some logical.
You're doing great.
Here. Actually, let me take you over here because I have and they're not on display really very well either, but I want my little shop look here, and I have all my little lights fell down in the night, so I have to glue those back up.
Oh yeah.
That's okay.
That's all right. You have plenty of time.
I have a little display from my mother-in-law, which I just love. That will be filled with pottery. I also am wearing and have earrings that I've made this year out of clay.
Hey, those are
big and little ones. Let's see if I can find some little ones here. And little ones.
Oh.
And they're long, but they're long because I have short hair that covers my ears and they have to show up underneath. So kind of selfish. There's Studio Dog.
There's Ollie Dog.
I have again, things are cluttered together right now. They'll be out, but my sheep are on display. I have wall sculptures on the
Mm.
wall. I mean, they're 3D, well, 2D, 3D kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
that are pottery. And I have ornaments, as I always do, hanging up on
Yep.
my little ornament tree. And ornaments aren't just for Christmas, remember?
That's true.
And this piece on its side here has just been installed on a utility box downtown Fargo, um, Main and 8th Street. So,
Excellent.
yeah, I mean, oh, I don't think that works. Okay, and here's where you can see where some of my brainstorming goes on. This was a sketch of Ruth Bader Ginsburg that I did a big painting
Oh, I remember that piece. Yes.
for my wonderful cousin. And so this is where it actually happens. I'm back here where all my creation goes on. Not clay. Clay happens at home.
Yep.
But here's a big piece I'm working on that's 7 feet long. And it's a work in progress, as so many things are.
As most things in
Yeah.
life are.
So then way
Excellent.
back here, you can kind of see the whole
Yeah,
studio. It's
look,
huge.
so it's a great big space. It's absolutely perfectly Emily in the
Oh,
best sense of the word.
I forgot to take you in here. This is where all the pottery is,
Oh, yikes.
which isn't set up yet. But so yeah, I have mugs, platters, vases.
Wow.
Here's a vase.
Mm,
Funky, huh?
yep.
Yeah. So here's the little
Um,
clothesline one. And then I have works on the wall in here still, but this is my workroom, and this is where my little kitchen area.
yep.
I have a mail area, and I think a lot of people have no idea how much production is in art.
Yep.
So there's a lot of, oh yeah, it must be so fun to be an artist. It's beautiful, but I'm behind the computer an awful lot.
Yep.
And then packaging and labeling and tagging, and there's just so much. And here's, like, believe it or not, that's organized with all my shipping
Yep.
materials. So
Well,
yeah,
it's like when people are a fabulous home baker and then open a bakery. So,
it's
yeah,
like,
is it fun to bake? Sure. Is it fun to be creative? Yes. Is it work? Yes.
yes.
And is a lot of what makes the creativity possible labor and kind of dull, and the same thing that CPAs do, and the same thing that the post office does, and the same thing that merchandisers do? Yes, because you have to sell the work. You have to promote the work. You have to pay taxes. You have to ship it out in case somebody doesn't live locally. There's a huge body of functions around the creative process, which of course end up taking as much or more time. Is that
Yeah,
true?
I would say more. Takes way
Yeah.
more. And
And
then,
I
like,
don't
the
think we
pottery
talk about that when we're talking about, like, go be an artist, go be an actor. Go be an actor. Yeah, you're at, like, if you're lucky, you're at auditions, which take way longer to drive to, figure out parking, get inside, get checked in than the audition ever takes. It's a lot of manual work around that creative piece.
yes.
So, Emily, tell us about you. I mean, thank you for walking us through your studio, first of
Hope I
all.
didn't make everybody dizzy.
Well, it was good. It was not a Blair Witch Project tour,
Oh,
so I
good.
think everybody should be okay. Tell us when your studio's open tomorrow and Saturday.
Okay, so tomorrow will be open from 5 to 7. I thought
Okay.
I'd catch people maybe before they have an evening event or whatever, but after work.
Mhm.
And then on Saturday it's 10 till 2. It's a short amount of time, but it's every time I've ever been in any long show, that last 2 hours is like 5 hours long.
Right.
There's nobody really coming at that point, and so I abbreviated it and decided this will be really nice to have a quick show.
If people want to come, they can come during 5 to 7 tomorrow and 10 to 2 on Saturday.
Yes.
Give us your address, Emily, because you're not exactly an intuitive place to find. You're not hard to find, but you got to know where you're going.
Right. First of all, I want to describe it. It's a former school, elementary school, just part of what's left, the newer addition. It's a low brick building, and it has my E as a big green E. It says Studio E on there. So if you're looking around and all of a sudden, well, I don't know if I'm here, but you will see my signs and you'll see my logo. But it's 215 10th Street North. So
In
I'm
Moorhead.
just in Moorhead. Yes. People
Yeah.
connect me to Fargo, but I'm Moorhead.
Yep.
So it's just if you know where the Fairmont Creamery is, or former Fairmont Creamery,
What was Eventide?
Yep. A block north and a block east of there. So it's not on the main drag, but not far off.
It's in a little residential part of Moorhead on the north side. So if you're in with houses and thinking, well, this can't be right. Yes, it is. It is. Yeah. Trust that it's right. It's just
fake elementary school.
Yeah, absolutely. So Emily, you have transitioned but you've added to your artistic repertoire quite significantly in the last 2 or 3 years with this ceramics.
Excuse me, it's pandemic pottery.
Oh, pandemic pottery. Nice. Okay. So talk about what prompted that, Emily? Was it really COVID, or was it a desire to push yourself?
It was prior to COVID that I was out of the blue. A group called the Cone Pack, which is a group of ceramic artists, said we'd like to invite you to be part of a place at the table show at the Plains. And I just laughed like, why? I don't do clay. I don't do clay. What are you doing? But Katie Miller just took me under her wing and said, come to my studio and create. Oh my gosh. Opened a can of worms there. And I've never looked back. So I've been messing and found somebody who had a kiln they were getting rid of, and somebody donated a pottery wheel to me. And I've just been, that pottery wheel is a little out of my reach right now. But the hand building, which is actually more my style, which every single piece is unique. Everything will always be, if you want a set, it's not going to be looking like the next item in the set. But absolutely decided with a lot of exploration that what I needed to do with clay was just create another canvas for me to do more art on and show color. And that's what I'm doing. So I absolutely love it.
Well, it's I feel like you have figured out how to extend your signature style onto a new medium in a really fabulous way. And I tell you this all the time, but 2 years ago, my mom was here for her birthday, and I brought her to your studio, and I bought, I don't know, 2 bowls and a painting and something else, maybe a little plate or no, I have the mug. She doesn't have a mug, but whatever. We bought a collection of things, and that lives on her dining room table as an installation. I mean, it is the delight of her life. When we go to visit her in the cities, she takes me over to the table so we can revisit the Emily Williams Wheeler installation that lives on the table.
Nice.
Yeah,
she put that as one of my gallery locations. Yeah, yes. This is one of my.
Yes. So it's if what you are drawn to is the energy of Emily, then this is a way to get a piece of usable art that nobody will look at and go, oh, did you get that at a big box store? Everyone will know that it's made. And if they know Emily, they will definitely know that it's Emily's work. I would think the only thing I haven't seen on your ceramics yet are sheep. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Just wait. Oh, wait. No, I have a butter dish that's already sold that has a sheep on the top of it. So
that's right. The little handle is a sheep. Yes, that's right.
So it's coming. It's coming. And they're always used, female sheep, because boy, what can you do with the play on words with you, right?
It's true. It's true.
Everything.
Yes. Well, Emily, thanks so much for making this work today. Good luck with your sale. I predict that your walls are going to look pretty white at the end of the weekend, which just means you'll have to get right back to those canvases and that clay and get making again.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, Emily. Everybody else gets to Emily's sale. For all the other things going on, go to theartspartnership.net to find our calendar and everything happening in the arts. This is a busy time of year for the arts. So make sure you're healthy, make sure you're staying safe, but get out and support local art. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.